Goldylocks Productions broadcasts universal cosmic frequencies that unlock, awaken, and expand the consciousness of our worldwide viewers and listeners.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Enjoy the Goldylocks Productions presentation of the In the Psychic Flow Show with Carolan Carey.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight in the Psychic Flow. Delighted to have you here with us tonight. We have a special guest who I'm going to introduce in a moment, and she's going to talk about, she wanted this particular date, so we're going to talk about what's going on today in the world, numerology-wise and psychic-wise. Before we get started, I have a couple of announcements I'd like to just go over quick. My website is carolancarey.com, and if you are listening and not on YouTube, where you can read the screen or the comments, my name is spelled CarolanCarey.com. That's my website. Check it out, and you can book a reading with me. My phone, I think my phone number's on there. Email, you can text me. I would love to be your soul connection, so your spirit connection. This is my sole purpose, is reuniting you with your deceased loved ones. So that is what I enjoy doing, and I hope that you will consider me your spirit connection. There we go. If you are watching us on YouTube tonight, you could like, subscribe, and hit the bell if you would please. You can also give us a thumbs up. If you're enjoying the show and you'd like an extra card or an extra little mini reading, if you would like to super chat, that feature is available to you on YouTube only. And we've had some generous donations in the past, and I appreciate that. All of our show hosts do. And you're not obligated by any stretch of the imagination, but if you feel like doing it, you most certainly can. And if you super chat, we'll give you an extra, we'll pull a card for you. Joanne has some beautiful decks with her tonight. And with that, let me talk about our special guest tonight is Psychic Joanne Leo. There she is. Hi, Joanne.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us tonight. For the people who don't know you, I have to give a little bio, if you don't mind. Joanne was a six-figure corporate exec for a Fortune 500 company, correct? And she had a change of path, and she started, which is a whole story unto itself, but she became enlightened, let me say, of abilities that she could access, in particular her style of psychic numerology, which is your birth chart in heaven with your date of birth and your birth name. Joanne has access to your information in heaven. So you have like a blueprint or a plan there that we can access, and she can tell you about that. She also does family dynamics. So if you like family charts, you know, why you don't get along with mom or what's going on with dad, or if you have a substantial or significant other in your life that you're considering as a full-time romance or committed relationship, you might want to run his or her date of birth and birth name past Joanne so that you can see what the differences are and how one would overcome any problems. I think it's great advice. You check out Joanne's website, Psychic Joanne Leo, Joanne, Leo like the lion.com. Check out Joanne's website. It has tarot with a twist, readings from the heart. She has different readings. She has something for everyone, as short as you'd like, as long as you'd like. You will never regret booking a reading with Joanne Leo, Psychic Joanne Leo, because she not only does the psychic numerology, she has special access to cards that are no longer, nobody does them, this special deck of cards that she has. So you're getting a card reading, you're getting spiritual information, excuse me, you're getting psychic numerology and life coaching rolled up in one reading. You can't beat it. Nobody else offers what Joanne does. Did I leave anything out, Joanne?
Well, you put the bow right on the package, because really they do get a lot of different things with each reading. You're right. Absolutely. You said it perfect.
Good, good. Because it is a unique reading, and it's a wonderful gift to give someone for their birthday as well, because no one else is going to give them that, right? So I think it's fabulous. So what's going on with you today, Joanne? You picked today the 22nd. What's going on in the world on April 22nd?
I picked the 22nd because it's a master number.
Okay.
And in numerology. And people who have that in their charts, I'll talk about the day in a minute, but people that have that in their chart, it's really a gift from God. Okay. But it comes with a humongous amount of responsibility. And I don't know if people who, other numerologists, but what has transpired for me doing this 30-something years is that it comes with this responsibility that if you're morally correct, or you're a good humanitarian, or you do the right things, you don't lie, cheat, steal, scam, it's like a gift from God that will take you to the moon on your goals or your joy and your happiness. And people who lie, cheat, steal, scam, and are not good to humanity, it is a hell on wheels, and it's the worst is prison. Years ago, when I was flown to Atlanta to do a party for a big group, I read the hostess's son for a reading, and he had several master numbers in his birthday. And he was very successful. He had 2 businesses going, and he was young, newly married, a little girl. And I read his chart and I said, oh, you are so blessed. But, this comes with a lot of responsibility. You really can't get outside the dots. 5 years later, his mother calls me crying, hysterically, because he's going to prison. And so he got a little greedy, and they were selling drugs out of the back of one of his businesses. And so, it whacks you. It's the numbers never lie. They always tell the truth. Today is a high energy day, but it's also about putting things in order. There's usually some things going on behind the scenes, whether it's in business, government, just in life in general. It's time for, sometimes it'll be where people just get a source of energy or a sense of urgency to get something done or completed. So it's a really good day about that. It's April 22nd. So the achievement number, so there's many different pieces to numerology. It's not like going on the computer and you go, I'm a 3, I'm a 5. I look at so many different pieces and layers. But it's also a good day to exercise people's authority, or to do any kind of investing or budgeting, being judicial, maybe making a big purchase because it's got that energy for the day and that type of thing. In families, the last name in families that have a 22-4 are usually very hardworking people. They either provide a service, or they work with their hands, or they're builders of some sort of people, place. It could be people builders, or it could be actual contractors of some sort. So there's a lot of wonderful things about 22. So that's why I chose today.
Okay. Thank you. That's great help. It's nice to know what's going on numerology around us, because you're right. Apparently, numbers don't lie. It's black and white, right? There it is. And
we're going to hear more and more about numerology because it's researching. It's a 3,000-year-old science that was part of the secret schools. And I think it's making a resurgence. I've had a lot of feedback from people saying, gematria, they're studying gematria. They want to know more about numerology and the secret, because it's a secret science. So,
okay. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Well, we have some, thank you, Joanne, for explaining that, taking time to teach us. I appreciate that. We have people joining us tonight, and I just want to go over, we got a couple of super chats here. So let me start with them. Thank you so much for your Super stickers, appreciate that. We have welcome Linnell again. Missed you. Hi, Dr. Lauren Love. Heidi is here. Sugar Magnolia is here. Nicole would love a word from her dad who passed on this day 13 years ago. Nicole. I think I brought your dad in a few times. He always shows me his hands, if I'm correct. And I feel as if there's like a series, I can almost smell the woods on him. He feels so close to me. He's leaning into me and he's like, he wants to let you know he is with you and you've made a choice. He said, listen, don't be afraid to make a choice. Making a choice is a decision and it's better than no decision. And we can always adapt later if we need to. So don't doubt yourself. That's his word for you, Nicole. Don't doubt yourself. And if you have made a choice recently or are considering something, please know that you're making the right one. And if you need to adapt it later, you can do that. But he is always with you, puts his arms around your shoulders and gives you a kiss right here, gives you a squeeze and a kiss. And he said, I'm always with you. So God bless you, Nicole. Thank you for joining us. Would you have something for Nicole? Joanne, I don't have a date of birth. Let's see if we get a date of birth on her first. And Linnell, we'll get back to you. Oh no, we got Linnell's date of birth. Linnell says both of you are wonderful readers. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Where did I just see Linnell's? Just saw it. Hold on. Ruth, hi Ruth, how are you? Got Joanne's website on here. I know I just saw. Oh, here it is. Linnell, excuse me. I'm sorry, people. August 9, 66. And she says, I love a Leo always.
Well, you're talking to your sister Leo here. So, yeah, we're definitely different. And you got that sizzle. But Linnell, I know that you're always you're sensitive, but that's because you were really a spiritual either type healer or advisor in a previous lifetime. So, I know that resonates with you. You really should think about it. What's coming through today is that you got a lot of creativity because I think there's 2 L's at the end of your name. Am I correct? Because I can't see it here.
Yes.
Okay. That's usually the mark of the writer, or somebody who's very creative that could do watercolors or sketch or communicate well as far as if they were presenting material and things like that. But I encourage you that if you've got that little bit of stories within you, is to put a pen to the paper, kind of, so to speak. But you're very strong. You're very sensitive. But I don't know if people really get how sensitive that you really are, but you're an excellent communicator. You got a great sense of humor. This year is kind of all about restructure. I don't know if you're making changes in the home or if you thought about, moving or working from home. It's got a lot to do around the home and work. So I think that that's a good thing. So let me see here. We're also in April, so this is kind of like putting the bow on the package and wrapping it up, something to complete. And then when you get into May, it's going to be like a whole new pedal to the metal for you. So I encourage you to get your list going of things that you want to accomplish, or being good to yourself and doing something for Linnell, because I think a lot of times people take advantage of your sweet nature. So there you go.
Could you pull a card for Linnell, please?
I sure can.
A super sticker person.
I have the spirit animal cards, which I truly
that's perfect.
And I want to make sure I have them all. Hang on 1 second. I knew it. Okay. And these are absolutely gorgeous cards, and they fit psychically, intuitively, numerology wise, it's just like I love using these. They're just phenomenal. And then
So pretty.
when you see the pictures, they're just fabulous. So let's see. Well, I'm not going to even look, and I'm just going to pull one for Linnell of what would. Oh my goodness, this is beautiful. This is this is all about you and about what a great friend you are.
Oh, that's perfect.
Look at this. Isn't that
Oh, it's
gorgeous?
beautiful. Does that have dogs on it?
Yes.
Oh, it's pretty.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Yes.
But when I get this card psychically, it's always to remember, be your own best friend first. Okay, because this is a friend card.
Okay.
But you know, I'm a life coach, Carolan, and I love throwing that in along with this with the soul work that I do because I work with souls. Is that to thy own self be true and be your own best friend as you are a friend to others. So we have to, that's one thing they never teach you in school is to love yourself first, be true to yourself first. We always get the society message, oh, don't be selfish, think of the other person. No. You got to love yourself first. That's what I teach. Okay. So this is a beautiful card. I don't know. Can you see it?
It's gorgeous. Yes, we can.
Okay, good. Oh, there you go, Linnell.
Thank you. Could you, I gave a message to Nicole already. She had requested one from her dad. Could you, she's got a birth date of April 3rd, and Nicole is Nicole. And if you could do a short for her, she's a super sticker, so she will have either 2 readings or a reading and a card. We'll try to do it that way. So if you could do something for her.
You said April 3rd?
Yes.
Okay. Well, one thing that I do want to say to Nicole is that, first of all, I love, just her name alone, is that she's very compassionate, very kind, but she's also got some sizzle, which is really good. So that's kind of like putting the pedal to the metal, so to speak, in all areas of your life. I think the one thing that I would say to Nicole is don't be so hard on yourself. I feel that you're very organized. You've got a beautiful way about you, but I think emotionally you need to learn to not be so hard on yourself or expect perfection. 35 years, Carolan's heard this a zillion times from me. I haven't met a happy perfectionist yet. I'm still looking, okay? But I always teach my people that one thing's perfect, that they're going to be disappointed all the time. So good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better and your better is best. So swinging your leg out of bed, giving it your best shot. Forget perfect. It's never going to happen. Okay. But what I love about this year, this is a much lighter year for you. Last year, you went through a lot of, balancing. We all did. It was kind of like, what the heck is going on? And we all kind of just really kind of fell apart last year because we had to do this and do that and stay in and be careful and wear the mask and, get the food and, make sure you have water and all that other stuff. Now, this is a little bit lighter year for you, Nicole. Don't take it so rigidly here. I want you to, shine like you have within your heart and soul. And I want you to, get out there and start having a little bit of joy, whether it's going to treat yourself to a pedicure, a spa day, a massage. I want you to spoil yourself because you deserve it. Okay. And I'm going to pull a spirit animal card. Oh my gosh, you got the bee. Busy as a little bee. So this goes with what I was picking up for what's going on for you this year is getting out there and being busy and doing things because we got a lot of mixed messages, this last year. And this is also hanging with your friends. Okay. Because think about bees, they go in colonies, don't they? And they all work together and they have, they go out and scatter around and go, here, there, and whatever to get their pollen. Well, think about that in life. This is where I'm saying get out there, go have some fun, go treat yourself, spoil yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. I believe in Webster's dictionary, I want the word selfish removed. Okay? Because it doesn't belong in society. All right, there you go, kiddo.
Thank you so much. We have some great comments here. We have Nicole had said she was so excited for this hour, and goodness gracious, which I believe, I forget now if that's Anita. Hello, Carolan, Joanne, Tiffany, and everyone. Ruth Saltman is here. She is a show host. We're delighted to have her with us. Goodness gracious, would love a reading. Okay, I got to get her name straight. Sugar Magnolia we have on here. We're going to get to you in a moment. What were the comments? Dr. Lauren Love, welcome. Thank you for being here. And they were thrilled with the reading. Nicole had said, well, thank you. I miss him so much. We have Nicole's birthday. And Linnell said she had goosebumps all over.
Good. That's great.
Nicole is enjoying her readings. Enjoyed that very much. She said, goodness gracious is Anita. Okay, good. All right. Thank you for your feedback, ladies and gentlemen. If there's any gentlemen on here, Nicole Butterfield, she said, I'm so excited for this hour. So I love it. Goodness gracious is Anita. And she gave me a birth date of 4/11.
So we have a little special spiritual girl here because she should always follow her intuition with that 11th birthday. Very sensitive, doesn't like drama, organized to a fault, responsible to the nth degree, very loving, family oriented, just a love is what she is. This is a year of, getting it together, and it's like having a big scale, it's kind of like weighing things out. And Carolan's heard me say this many times, because to thy own self be true, we have to weigh out good for me, not good for me, healthy for me, not healthy for me. So we have to be more mindful. And it's because life pulls us in many different directions, whether it's family, or could be our parents, could be our relatives, could be our children, could be our spouse, could be our significant other, it could be our work. We can't get lost in the shuffle. And my job is to always make sure that you're not giving your power away. See, so that's very important. And being that you're a sensitive soul, it's very easy for people to take advantage of you unless you put up the stop sign. Now, not a physical stop sign, but you have to learn to say N-O. And a lot of times people don't get the N or the O. So there's a lot of ways to say no. Not at this time. Let me take a rain check. I'd love to, however, I have another commitment. That's a no. So the more we can be true to ourselves, and I think with all this craziness that we've gone through, we have lost our rudder. Do you understand? So it's important that we sail forward with our own rudder that we control. Okay? That's the most important thing, is knowing your destination or what the outcome is. And don't be afraid to say an O.
Great.
So that is, who was that, Anita? Who was that?
That was Anita.
That was 4/11. Anita, that's right. So it's all about emotionally being true to yourself, Anita. And that's not selfish. Remember, that word's removed from Webster's.
Nicole Butterfield had said your reading was she goes, it's so me. So I told you, Joanne's readings are unique and really catered just to you. I mean, it's your birthday that she's going by. So it can't be like general, like, oh, Aquarius is, blah, 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 and Leo is blah, blah, blah. It's specific to your birth date. And I think that's what is so wonderful about it. Got a couple of more people that are looking. Goodness gracious, Anita said, thank you, Joanne. So true. So let me get back up.
Well, I think, Carolan, too, if people knew, when we talked about the blueprint, okay,
Yeah.
what we need to establish here is that I read your soul. So your name on your birth certificate and your birth date is how you're registered in heaven. Our soul never dies. We go from lifetime to lifetime with different lessons. Okay. My job is to help you understand that blueprint. So if there's hurdles that you need to get over, or looking at your strengths, but also your birth date's the predictor. That's what moves all the time, where I'm tapping in and giving you a little reading here. But when your whole chart is like, people will say to me, "Oh my God, I can't believe you know me and you never met me." Well, it's because you designed it. Okay, you choose your mother, your father, your siblings, your teachers, your careers, your boyfriends, girlfriends, mates, significant others, the good, the disappointments, the successes, all are predestined. You did it when you were up in heaven to round out your soul, and we all have lessons to learn. And when I do your chart, we get through the karmic lessons as well. So that's what I'm just doing, a little synopsis, a little short little window here on your first name and your birthday to give you a little bit of a reading. But your blueprint, if you understand your blueprint and your children and how they chose you, remember, when they were up there, they chose their mom and dad too. And it really can help with younger children too, so that you can guide them to what their strengths are in their chart, or some areas that really need to be developed. It's just a great periscope to really guide the soul.
Great. Thank you, Joanne. If we have a few people on here, if you would like to, you don't have to put your year. You can put your month and your day of birth. I have a couple of, maybe Ruth would like that. She might like a reading. I don't know if she's had a reading with you. Little mini reading, Ruth, from Psychic Joanne Leo, Dr. Lauren Love. Please jump in. You just have to put your birth month and your date. You don't have to put the year. I wanted to get back up my list here. Sugar Magnolia had left me, and I believe that is, oh, there's Dr. Lauren Love. Okay. Let me get to, hi, Robin. Welcome. So nice to see you on here. And Selena, I'm going to get to you in a minute. Let me find Sugar Magnolia. Oh, happy Earth Day to you. Why can't I find her birthday? There she is. Kim Smith. Sugar Magnolia is Kim Smith, and she is 6'4",
Just so you don't feel bad, folks, I'm 73 going on 74. So you can give your year if you want. You don't have to. Okay. 1, 5. Okay, well, Kim, this is the year. It's all about family stuff. There could be some gatherings too. I don't know if it's like weddings or reunions or a picnic. I think people are getting really ready for that. I mean, I think they're kind of sequestered enough, and with summer coming here, I'd say that there's more family things that's going to be going on for you this year. Also, too, there's really a good cycle that's going to happen in July, August, and September for you. Financially, or either getting a raise, or your investments paying dividends or something, but it's definitely has to do on a financial good decision. Also, in October, November, and December, you'll be making some decisions, whether you're going to, move, or get some paperwork done, or something's, it's got to do with contracts. So it might be a purchase you're going to make, or something that you need to sell, or whatever. It's definitely contractual. So make sure that you dot your I's and you cross your T's. But you're the type of person that, a lot of people lean on, because, you are very sensitive and you're very giving and you're very loving, but you have to be careful, Kim, because you don't like drama, honey. So you let a lot of you let a lot of things slide because you don't want the drama, but eventually that same thing's going to keep coming up here. So, I think on when I do carols and special, I'm on once a month usually. I tell people you have to learn how to speak in I statements so that there's not a war here, especially if you don't like confrontations. So, some examples would be when that was said, I was embarrassed. When that happened, I was hurt. When that was said, I was confused. You see, there's no fight. But if I say you embarrassed me, you said this, you said that, there's going to be a war. We're going to fight. So when you stand strong in your shoes and you use your I, you're not pushing things aside, Kim. So that's what I recommend for you, sweetheart.
Very nice. Thank you, Joanne. We have joining us Selena, and she's like, "Hi, Joanne. Can you draw a card for me?" So her birth date is 7/7/76. What a great birth date!
Wow, 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 wow.
Yeah.
Right. Well, Selena is, I always say that the people that have like the 7/7, well, first of all, they're God's children, number one. I mean, I could tell you that.
Okay.
But also too, they're the greatest detectives or problem solvers. And they can tend to be very, very picky. And I don't know if Selena's going to admit it if she's picky or not, but they're usually very, very picky. But they're also they like, if I had a haystack and I threw 5 needles in a haystack, I would put money on Selena because she'll never quit until she gets all 5, whatever the time frame is. It wouldn't matter. Okay, that's the attention to detail that this girl has. She's going to figure it out, and she's not going to quit.
Okay.
Fortunately, she's got a real good energy in the year she was born because that really fuels her passion and how to get things moving and grooving here. All right, so I mixed up the cards here. Let's see what we get for you, Selena. And these are just gorgeous, as Carolan can attest. I can't believe this. Out of all these cards, and I pulled this card, look what came up again, Carolan.
Oh, the animal card.
Look at how many cards I have in my hand.
I know.
This is, and I think this is, I'm not, I'll pull another one too, but I just dropped my paper. I think what's really interesting about this, Selena, is about being your own best friend. I think that you can tend to hold a lot of your feelings inside, or you don't really express yourself the way you should. So this is reminding you to be your own best friend. And taking the clue that I said before about I statements so that you can get out of your head and out with your lips here to speak your truth. Okay. It's not about, it's not about hurting people's feelings or whatever. It's really representing, because, if you have heard from other people that they sometimes don't understand what you like or what you want, it's because of those double sevens. So it's something that I always say is get out of your head and use your I statements and be your own best friend. And it's like a healing like you can't believe. Okay, so let me pull one more card, because this friend card is the second time it came up, and you saw all the cards I had. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to spread them all out. I love these because they work with my Indian spirit guide and Mother Earth and all that kind of good stuff. Wow, this is great. So something's coming up. Higher calling.
Wow.
And this is about not limiting yourself. This is about stretching. This is about reaching for the stars. But I'll read you what the card said. I'm just giving you psychically what I get. You have within you all the courage you need. Let go of the past and reclaim your majesty.
Oh,
You will find success and containment within those by your side. Make noble choices for your life and your tribe. In other words,
lovely.
to thy own self be true.
Very nice.
Yeah. Isn't that
Lovely.
beautiful? Oh my goodness. I love
Yeah.
these cards.
They're gorgeous. Okay, now we have Lauren Love, 2372.
Okay, hang on a second. I dropped my paper before, so.
Oops.
Okay, Lauren. Is that Lauren?
Lauren.
Okay.
Did I spell that right? Lauren, yes.
23?
2372.
Okay. There's another one that people take advantage of. You know, she's good and loving
Aw.
and very responsible. Doesn't like drama. Sweet,
Mhm.
got a great sense of humor. Good communicator, but doesn't stand up for herself when she should. Okay. So this is a brand new year for you, honey. So this is like the last 18 months, year and a half has not been your easiest rodeo. But what happens is that God gives us that cycle so we can learn how to retool ourselves. It's like Carolan has heard me say this. It's like going up into an attic that you stored stuff for like 8 years. Okay. And you go up there and you go, oh my God, people, places, and things. All these things are in this attic. So what are the keepers, the treasures? Oh, those stay right over here. And then you have, well, let me think about this stack. And this is definitely trash. It's the people, places, and things that will come up in that 18-month cycle. But it's almost like retooling ourselves of lessons learned. And sometimes it's painful, you know, if we have to let go of different situations, people, places, and things. But in the same token, too, it's a growth spurt, too, because our soul has to go through this cleansing every 8, when we go into that 9 year. It's for us to retool ourselves. So now
Beautiful.
you got brand new beginning, honey. So this is like home free. This is good. And do you have some decisions to make this year? July, August, and September, you're going to be weighing things out, or if there's anything that has to do with a contract or paperwork, really look it over. And if you need somebody else to look it over just to be sure, don't hesitate doing that. And then I feel like this is just going to be just such a much smoother, happier year for you, and a lot of good things going on here. Just don't let everybody take advantage of you because you got a sweet nature.
Beautiful. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Love. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm going to get to Ruth. And Robin McGuire says, I love your ring, Joanne. And Dr. Lauren says, absolutely true. I agree. God bless you, Joanne. Thank you so much. I wanted to just stop. Robin McGuire says, I have 3 6s in my birthday, but you didn't give me your birth date. So Robin, give me your birth date. And I'm going to move on to Ruth, who's one of our show hosts. Hers is April 4/4. And her name is Ruth.
Well, very sensitive. I'd say a healer in a previous lifetime of some sort. Okay. You know, healing takes place either with somebody being a counselor or somebody laying of the hands to heal, or doing elixirs, or shamans. Again, Ruth, you know, very well controlled for her emotion. She puts a lid on it, but very strong and very smart. Ruth is not a girl that I would ever throw a surprise party for. Okay. So tell her friends, Don't throw her a surprise party because this girl likes to know everything that's going on in the year.
Oh, okay.
Very organized, so it's not like you go out to dinner and you treat her to a meal, or you give her a little a gift at the table or something like that. No, I'm talking about a surprise party. Don't do it. Okay. This has to do with her work this year, or how she's going to go about this, or how she's going to make it more accessible or more viable and that type of thing. So it's kind of like taking action and not procrastinating. No procrastination here. Okay. And I do feel like there's something coming up where she'll lay out some situations, and this might be personal as well as in relationships or with a family matter or something. In July, August, and September, there will be some decisions that will be made that will be pretty significant. And by the fall, October, November, December, I want to say that it looks like things are going more in the direction of harmony. Might be a little emotional, so I don't know if there's a move there or some sort of big change. Sometimes I see this with an empty nester, or somebody that moves from one state to another, or one neighborhood to another neighborhood, or there's some significant changes that they're making within themselves. They go from a brunette to a blonde, So, I like to add a little humor to the readings, though, too. So this is significant. Also, too, next month is kind of like there's something that needs to wrap up. You need to wrap it up. Either make a clear-cut decision here. Okay, good, bad, or indifferent. You got to cut that to the chase on that. Okay, so that is for May, and in June things will lighten up a lot. So there you go, kiddo.
Thank you so much, Joanne. We have a request from Veronica, and Veronica is saying she is sitting in the doctor's waiting room, but would love Joanne to do her daughter, please.
Oh,
who is Kimberly. Her daughter's name is Kimberly, and she's December 1989.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'd have to say that Kimberly, a lot of times emotion holds her emotions inside. So as she's growing up, I would tell her, or, in her lifespan here, that she's got to learn to talk in the I statements that I talked about, because she will have stomach or intestinal issues if she keeps this up. She can be a little stubborn, and she has a karmic lesson with her birthday. And it's nothing to get, your panties all twisted here, because it's about learning. It'd be kind of like, I like to give this example when I see that 19 come up. It's kind of like if I said, Kimberly, you need to do this, this, and this. Well, Kimberly's idea with this 19 birthday is, I'm going to do it my way and screw you. I'm not going to change. And then she has to keep going through these different lessons till she becomes a better listener to say, let me think about it. Let me get back to you on that. That way she takes the blinders off her eyes and the cotton out of her ears. It's a karmic lesson that's past life. And we choose when we come and we choose when we go. Even if these people say, oh, well, I had a cesarean section, so I chose the date. Well, that baby chose that date too, from heaven. So that's what people need to know. This is about heaven. This is about souls. And there's no coincidences when it comes to souls. You can't get away from me when I look at the charts. But anyway, she's very sensitive, and she'd be very, very good in anything that has to do with making a difference in the world, whether it's a teacher or researcher, somebody who's in the healthcare field. She would be dynamite with that. She doesn't like a lot of, she likes things organized or, know what's coming or whatever. So
Mhm.
she's not one that I would be throwing a surprise party for either. You better give her the heads up and say, guess what? We're going to have a party 2 weeks from now on Saturday. Okay. She doesn't have to know that there's 70 people coming, but
Yeah.
you got to give her the heads up on that. But she definitely emotionally tries to be good to everybody because she's sensitive, but she can't keep all this stuff inside because it's not. She's got two parts in her name that would hurt her stomach and her intestines if she just tries to be the bigger person.
Great. Thank you so much. I'm sure Veronica, well, that'll help her pass the time as she's waiting. A lot of healing light to you, Veronica, and I hope this is just, an incidental office visit and not something dramatic. So we're keeping you in our thoughts. I also wanted to read to you Ruth Saltman, who is one of our wonderful guests, inspirational, I think it's the Inspirational Soul. Please check her out, Goldylocks Productions website. She says, Joanne, thank you so much. Everything you said resonates with me. Everything.
Oh.
Yeah. One thing I forgot, I keep forgetting. When I introduced you, Joanne, as the phenomenal psychic Joanne Leo, I forgot, as you've been talking about the soul, that you are the soul reader. And I'm sorry that I forgot that because that really kind of sums up what you do so well. And we do refer to you as that. And nobody reads a chart like you, girl. I'll tell you what, you know exactly what's going on. And Selena says, thank you, Joanne, right on the money.
Oh,
right on the money. There you go.
Wonderful.
And finally, we have Miss Robin McGuire, who is 6/16/69. Excuse me, one moment. It's the Transformational Soul is Ruth's show. Thank you, Ruth, for letting me know that. And if you want to put what day and what time it's on, I'll announce that as well as a reminder to people who are driving home and are not watching YouTube right now. Okay. And Veronica said, thank you very much. I really appreciate your time and insight. Bless you. Thank you. And Robin is saying you both are the real deal. Thank you, Joanne. Right on the money. Okay. So Robin is ROBYN.
ROBYN. Okay.
Yeah. And she is 6/16/69.
Robin, honey, that's another thing is that because you're sensitive and, you should always follow your gut feeling because it's right in your name. Okay. So, whatever your intuition, like if you're driving and, the GPS is saying turn left, but your gut's saying turn right, you turn right. Okay. And it's the same thing. I want you to think about this, Robin. Every time you didn't listen to your gut, what happened? You got disappointed, or you said, "I should have listened to that." Well, it's in right in your name, so you really need to validate that, okay? But you're another one that you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, so you just stuff it, okay? So you know what happens then, right? We got stomach issues, we got intestinal issues. And that's something that you really need to work on here. And you're a great candidate for what I was teaching before about the I statements. There's no fight with that, and it doesn't make you a jerk, and it doesn't make you, confrontational when you say I. In fact, it's really just the opposite. You're a nurturer and you're very responsible. You have to be careful, very, very careful of people not taking advantage of you because of your kindness or that your can-do attitude and I can do it and you put yourself on the back burner. That is a no-no. Secondly, now I don't want this to come across as negative because it's a positive. if you look at it. Okay. So in your previous lifetime, it was alcohol or drugs that took you out. So in this lifetime, that will be your test. Now, it doesn't mean specifically you. It could be a spouse or family members or whatever that are your lesson with that. Okay, so it's kind of like you chose that, and I see this all the time with family charts when I do families. And when I did my brothers and myself with my parents, it was like, holy mackerel. And I could see all the lines and all the lessons. And it was like, holy mackerel. It was like, and so I love doing families. But so it doesn't mean that you would do alcohol and drugs in this lifetime, but you'll have to experience it either through other people that you really truly care about or different situations. It could be in a work situation as well too. But it's always a moral number. And you are very good at problem solving. Don't be so hard on yourself and stop sacrificing yourself for other people. Period. End of story.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us, Robin. Ruth Salzman's show is the Transformational Soul Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you are watching or listening, please check out Ruth's show. She has written a book, and she is very informative about how to publish your book and some other things as well. She's intuitive and the psychic ability. She talks about all of this, I caught her show the other day, talking about developing your own intuitiveness. So, and she's very, very lovely gal, very interesting. So please check out that show. Let me mention psychic Joanne Leo, if you are listening. Psychic and Joanne. Joanne is JOANNE, Leo, like the lion.com. So please check out the Soul Reader, Psychic Joanne Leo. A few of us have a couple of different handles. I don't know why, but people call us different things and it kind of sticks, right? I know people call you the Soul Reader, and I know that you've been referred to as that. I was called the Psychic of Sarasota, and by people I read internationally, and then I adopted that, and I kind of just expounded on it, the Psychic Medium of Sarasota, or SRQ. Sometimes we get our clients name us, and we keep the tag, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
If it fits. And also what I wanted to say is, so I got Joanne, I got myself, CarolanCarey.com. I wanted to mention also, Joanne, what is the best, explain a little bit about the difference between tarot with a twist and readings from a heart that are offered on your website. Explain the difference to people so they know what they're purchasing.
All my readings are with the heart and soul in mind. Readings with the heart, I read playing cards, and I also read Schuster cards, which are no longer, really, I don't know any Schuster readers anymore. They're from the 80s. But what I love about Schuster, it nails everything because they're read psychically, of course. They're read astrologically. And I throw in some numerology in there too. I am doing virtual readings now, which is really great. The outreach now. I've been doing phone readings for 35 years. But I do the virtual, whether they're next door or whether they're in Hong Kong. It doesn't matter. So right. I'm really enjoying that. And I work strictly by appointment so that I fully give them my all and everything. And
you're also doing it's not YouTube, is another platform. Where are you doing other talks, and you're doing some new, talking about some subjects that you work with? Didn't you just do a few?
I've been working one-on-one and have been for about the last 15 years on the Game of Life and How to Play It is the platform I use. And I walk, talk, and breathe Shin. And if anybody knows about Louise Hay is a Shin baby. Louise Hay and I studied Shin together many, many years ago. I was 28 and she was in her 40s. And she took the Shin material and just put it on a rocket ship. Okay. So when I do life coaching, I have a special way of teaching how to transform yourself, how to heal yourself, and how to empower yourself. And the great part about it is being the psychic numerologist that I am, they get that thrown in with the life coaching, and it's just a great combination because I'm working on a soul level as well as emotional and on a spiritual level. So you're really gaining spiritually, mentally, and psychically as well.
And it's a very big help,
So
I have to say, when you do other family members. Like, for me, it was a big help. Like when you did my daughter's numbers, and is a very big help for helping me understand who they are.
Exactly. To understand your family dynamics it's just eye-opening, and it solves a lot of question marks, or helping get over hurdles maybe that you didn't understand before, but it's something that's one of their lessons to learn. I love doing babies because I just talked to my niece today. I named both of her babies. She came up with the names. I corrected the spelling on one child so that would be more powerful, and the other one I negated 3 names before we got to the right name. Because it's very, very important so that they get the skill set and go from there. But it's wonderful working with babies and people that have already had babies. The great part about understanding their chart is how you can really help them and understand their little soul, because they made a blueprint that you don't know yet.
Right. And the perception that we have, particularly of our children, of who they are or what we think they should be, may not be what their birth numbers, their date of birth says. That may not be, our perception may not be what's on their chart in heaven. So it's very helpful to learn who they truly are, I think, instead of putting ourselves what we think on them. So that's very helpful. I wanted to give you a little feedback from Robin, who said, she's got 2 comments on here. She says, "Oh my goodness, so true. I do get taken advantage of, and I have lost family to drugs and alcohol." And today, she said, "I did not listen to my gut today and was in a very bad traffic jam." I'm glad you're okay, Robin, and thank you for joining us tonight. Thank all of you for joining us tonight. We have so nice to have everyone on here. Thank you for your super chats and for joining us on Thursday evenings. Let me also say, Joanne, what I'm at 8:59. What would be a good word for today? Since you were talking, let's end that. You talked earlier about April 22nd. What's a good word to end today with at that master number? What's a good word?
Love yourself. Love yourself.
Thank you very much.
Forgive yourself. Totally accept yourself.
And I love what you said about the rudder, and all the chaos going on, everything's upside down or whatever. And it seems that way. And to remember to use your rudder. That was a great point. Thank you.
You're welcome. And I want to thank everybody for the feedback, because it really is the fruit of the work. It's the joy of knowing that you're helping others and that I'm on target. So I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us tonight, Psychic Joanne Leo. Please join us next week in the Psychic Flow. Kelly Jo Psychic will be with us 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Have a good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Good night.
This month's broadcasting is sponsored by ICU Dr. Lauren Love, ICU nurses, technicians, and staff in the Boston area hospitals.